Good morning, friends. This is part 3 of the lesson How Many Squares, and in this lesson we are going to deal with problem solving. This is class 5th mathematics. In this session we are going to deal with problems on completing the shapes with straight sides to cover a given area, the textbook type problems, drawing straight lines to divide the given rectangle into two equal rectangles, and one rectangle and two triangles each, and then compare their areas. Again, the textbook type problem. We shall be dealing with puzzles with pentominoes and hexominoes, and in the last session we'll be dealing with tiling or tessellating. So coming on to question 1. The question says two sides of a shape are given. You have to draw two more sides so that the total area of the shape is 10 square centimeters. We have already dealt such problems in a previous video, but we shall solve these problems in this video. So AB and BC are already given. You have to draw two more sides so that the total area becomes 10 square units. First, we shall know what is the area of this triangle ABC. Area of triangle ABC, we can do it by using the formula half base into height. So half base AC is 4 units and height is 2 units. So 4 2s are 8 and half of 8 is 4 square units. This is one technique. Another technique is we'll count the number of full squares, that is 1, 2. And number of half squares 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2 plus half of 4 makes 2. Half of 4 is 2. So again making 4 square centimeters. So area triangle ABC is 4 square centimeters, and total area of the shape that you need to make is 10 square centimeters. So from 10 square centimeters you will be subtracting this 4 square centimeter, so that you have to draw another triangle with area equal to 6 square centimeters, okay, and that too on base AC itself. So to draw that, on base AC we will construct a rectangle whose area will be equal to double the area required now. So area required for the next triangle is 6 square centimeters. So area of rectangle will be 12 square centimeters. As the area of triangle required is 6 square centimeters, the area of rectangle which you are going to construct should be of 12 square centimeters. So already 4 rows in the base, 4 squares in the base. So 4 multiplied by 3 makes 12. So I'll make a rectangle on this base AC with 4 squares and height as 3 squares. So total making 12 square units. Now I cut it into two parts, either diagonally or you can take any points here. This point, this point, this point, or this point, name it as D. Join AD and join CD. Now A, B, C, D becomes the required shape. Let us confirm the area of ACB. Area of triangle ACB is equal to half the total area of this rectangle. So area of rectangle is 12. So half of 12 is 6, and this already is 4. 6 plus 4 makes 10 square units. In the same way, one more sum is discussed. Two sides of the shape are given. You have to draw two more sides so that the area becomes 12 square centimeters. Here AB and AC are already given. So when you have to find the area of this triangle, you can find it either by the formula half base into height or by counting number of full squares and number of half squares. Anyway, so using any method you can do. Here I have done using the method counting half squares and full squares. The area here becomes, since there is one full square and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 half squares. So half of 6 makes 3 plus 1 total making 4 square centimeters. So area of triangle ABC is 4 square centimeters. You can again do it using the formula half base, that is 4 into height 2, half into 4 into 2. So 4 2s are 8, half of 8 is again 4 centimeters. As the total area of the shape required is 12 square centimeters, I subtract this 4 from 12, so that you have to draw another triangle on base AC whose area is 8 square centimeters. So to draw another triangle, okay, whose area is 8 square centimeters on base AC, we'll need to construct a rectangle on base AC with area double of 8, that is 8 2s are 16 square centimeters. So as the base is 4 units, so 4 into 4 makes 16. So I'll be drawing a rectangle or a square with base equal to 4 units and height equal to 4 units. And then you just divide this rectangle into 2 equal parts. Now you write this point as D, join AD and CD. A, B, C, D is the required shape that makes area equal to 12 square centimeters. Now we shall discuss one more question. Here one side of the shape is given and you have to draw 3 more sides so that the area of shape is 8 square centimeters. Here, since one side is given, one side AB is given, draw or complete a rectangle or a square, okay, here, that comprises AB. So when you draw this rectangle or a square, this is since a square is special type of rectangle, what I can do is I'll just drop a perpendicular line BO here and a perpendicular AO, and if you find the area of this triangle, see, AOB will be equal to half the area of the square here. Since the square is of 4 square units, area of the triangle here AOB becomes 4 divided by 2, that is 2 square centimeters. Now the total area required is 8. So if I draw exactly 3 more replicas of the same triangle, okay, the purpose will be solved. So I'll draw one more square here and cut it half. This square again equal to the area of this square itself. So just extending the area of the square as 4 square units, half of it makes 2 square units, so BOC will become 2 square units. Area of triangle BOC is 2 square units. Again one more square here and one more square here. Totally 1, 2, 3 squares which are equal to this. And just divide them into half parts and join it. So ABCD is the required shape. See here, the area here is 2, area here is again 2, area here is again 2, and area here is 2. 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. Total making 8 square units. Similarly, one side of the shape is given. You have to draw 3 more sides so that area of the shape is 10 square centimeters. So AB is given. Again I'll draw or complete a square here so that this line makes the diagonal of the square or the rectangle. Okay, you either draw a rectangle or a square so that it becomes the diagonal. Now I'll drop a perpendicular here and write this point as O, and drop here another perpendicular from A, write this point as O. So area of this triangle is 4 square units. Correct? Now area of the total rectangle is 4 square units and area of triangle becomes half of it, that is 2 square centimeters. Now the total area required is 10 square centimeters and half of 10 is 5. So if I draw, okay, if I draw another rectangle on the base AO so that the total area of the rectangle is 6, then half of 6 makes 3. So first I will draw A, O, B and say this is a point X here. So a rectangle is completed. I divide the rectangle into two equal parts using a diagonal. So area of triangle AOD becomes half of 6, that is 3 square centimeters. So this was 2 square centimeters, this is 3 square centimeters, total making 5. Now just replicate this on the other side. So draw another square here equal to this square and cut it into two parts. Draw another rectangle here, OC, say YD, equal to AOCX on the other side, cut it into two. So again here you will get 2 square units, again here you will get 3 square units, total making 2 plus 2 4 plus 3 7 plus 3 10 square units. The question 5 here says one side of the shape is given, you have to draw two more sides so that the area of triangle formed is 6 square centimeters. So you have to form a triangle. Only one side, that is AB is given, okay, and total area of the triangle which you have to construct should be 6 square centimeters. So taking AB as the diagonal of the rectangle, I complete the rectangle here. Okay, you can see the yellow rectangle here. The area of yellow rectangle is 2, 3s are 6. So area of triangle ABO is 6 divided by 2, that is 3 square centimeters. So area of this triangle is 3 square centimeters. If you draw another triangle of 3 square centimeters as the total area required, okay, when you are making a new triangle, the total area of that triangle should be 6, but area of this small triangle is 3. So another triangle of 3 square centimeters has to be generated, for which I draw another rectangle here of 6 square units, cut it into 2. So area of this triangle will again become 3 square units and area of triangle ABC will become 3 units plus 3 square units plus 3 square units, making 6 square units. Similarly, one side of the shape is given, you have to draw two more sides of the triangle, okay, to form the total area as 9 square centimeters. So AB is given. So what I will do is I will complete the rectangle here. When I complete the rectangle, the area of the rectangle is 2, 3s are 6. So area of triangle AOB becomes half of 6, that is 3 square centimeters. But the total area which you have to construct, total area of the new triangle which you have to construct is 9 square centimeters, of which this part makes 3. So remaining 9 minus 3, making 6 square centimeters has to be constructed. A triangle equal to 6 square centimeters has to be constructed, for which I'll double up the requirement, that is double of 6 is 12. I'll construct a rectangle on base BO, so that the area of the rectangle here is 12, double of required, that is 6, that is 12 square centimeters. So then I'll cut this rectangle using a diagonal BC. So since the rectangle is of 12 square centimeters, the triangle will become half of the rectangle. So area of triangle BOC is half of 12, that is 6, and area of AOB is half of 6, that is 3. 3 plus 6 making a total of 9 square centimeters. Now we have yet another question. Given a rectangle of area 12 square centimeters. So a rectangle is given. See, 1, 2, 3, 4 is 12. So 12 square centimeters. The area of the rectangle is 12 square centimeters. In part A, you have to draw one straight line to divide it into two equal triangles and find the area of each of them. I have drawn one straight line. See, you can see the red straight line dividing this rectangle into two equal parts. So area of each triangle will become half of the total rectangle, or you can say you can use the formula half base into height, or you can count the number of full squares 1, 2, 3 and number of half squares 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 half squares. 3 full squares plus half of 6 half squares, making 3 plus 3. So total is 3 square centimeters. Area of the two triangles formed here, one triangle here and another triangle here. Both areas are equal to 6 square centimeters. Part B says you have to draw one straight line to divide this rectangle into two rectangles, two smaller rectangles, and find the area of each of them. So since here if I have to draw, I'll have to cut it here like this, which is little uncomfortable. But since there are 4 squares on this edge, half of 4 is 2. So after 2, I can draw a one red line here. So this red line divides this rectangle into two equal smaller rectangles, and area of each rectangle will be 1, 2, 3 into 1, 2, 2. 3 2s are 6 square centimeters. Area of each small rectangle which I have made here is 6 square centimeters. Now the part C says you have to draw two straight lines, not one, two straight lines to divide this given rectangle into one small rectangle and two triangles of equal area and find the area of each of them. Here what I have done is I have first drawn a red line so that I can cut it into one piece of rectangle. The area of rectangle here is 1 4s are 4 square centimeters, and the remaining half part, the remaining part of the rectangle, I have drawn one more blue line to divide this rectangle into two equal triangles, because you have to draw one rectangles which I have already drawn here. You have to draw two triangles, so you can draw the triangles by cutting the rectangle into two equal parts here using a diagonal. So area of this rectangle here will become 2 full squares and 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 half squares. So 2 plus half of 4. Half of 4 is again 2. So 2 plus 2 is 4 square centimeters. So each triangle here is 4 square centimeters. Okay. Now we'll move on to the next beautiful concept, that is pentomino puzzles. So before we start, let us know what is a pentomino. A pentomino is a shape with 5 adjacent squares touching each other at least on one edge. You can very clearly see the edge here are touching. Okay, here if you take these two squares, one edge is touching. If you take these two squares, one edge is touching. If you take these two squares, so at least one edge should touch. Okay, there can be more than one edge is touching. For example, here you can see here this, for this square, one edge here is touching with this square, another edge is touching with this square. So okay, a square can share two edges or more than two edges also. Fine. So at least one edge should touch. The adjacent shapes here are all pentominos. We can make 12 pentominos each of different shape. To make it easy to remember, if you just tilt it and see, this is making F, this is I, this is L shape, this is N shape, this is, you can say, D shape, okay, this is T, or you can say this as J shape also, this is U, this is again L, this is W, this is X, this shape is making Y, and this shape is making Z. And in each case, since it is a pentomino puzzles, I have to use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares only, not more than 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can see I can draw 12 different pentomino shapes. Okay. Now, if you join all these 12 shapes, the puzzle here is, if you join all these 12 shapes in such a way that no gaps are left, okay, then you can make a rectangle. So there are more than 1,000 ways that you can join these pentomino shapes to form a rectangle. I have shown 2 or 3 shapes here. Let us see here. The first is arrangement in 10 into 6 grid. Okay, so all you can see, I have used 1, 2, 3 blue shapes, 3 green shapes, 3 red shapes, and 3 yellow shapes. So all the 12 pentominos I have used. If I arrange them in such a way that no gaps are left, this is how I can arrange them to make a compact rectangle without any gaps. Here again you can see this is a different arrangement. Okay, since you can see here I have used a yellow, that is U shape, but the U shape has gone inside. So the total arrangement has changed here, but still I can make another rectangle whose dimension is 10 into 6. Okay, see here I have made 2 more arrangements here for you. Here the arrangement is 15 into 4. So 15 squares in one row and 4 rows. Again, without any gaps, the pentominos can be arranged to make a compact rectangle. This is another way here. So there are more than 1,000 ways, children. You can arrange them to make a rectangle. In fact, this 15 into 4 grid, there are 368 different ways where you can make or arrange these pentominos to make 4 into 15 grid. Okay. So I hope you have understood what is a pentomino and like what kind of puzzle we can play with pentominos. Children, you can also make these pentomino shapes and try arranging in more different ways. Okay, I have done it for you. Okay, in four ways. There are more than 1,000 ways I have told, so you can try different ways of arranging. Okay, now let us know what are hexomino, and we shall know more about hexomino puzzles. A hexo name itself says 6. Hexomino puzzle or a hexomino is a shape with 6 adjacent squares touching each other at least on one edge. Okay, they touch each other at least on one edge. I have drawn the hexomino shapes for you. So you can draw 35 different hexomino shapes. None of the shapes here resemble each other. They all are different. So maximum 35 different shapes I can make. But here Like if you try and arrange them to make a compact rectangle, children, it is not possible to make a rectangle here. Okay, so we can't join all these 35 shapes together and make a rectangle, okay, compact rectangle without any gaps. What can we make then? At the most, like if you try, you will find there will be some gap left in between, or some protrusions will be found, but it will not form. Here in shape A gap is there. In shape B, it is no more a rectangle because there are two protrusions which are coming out. So however you try and arrange these 35 hexagonals to make a rectangle, it's without any gaps, it's not possible. So you can make a rectangle, but either with gaps, or okay, the rectangles may have some additional protrusions, so they will no more be rectangles here, right? Now let us move on to a very beautiful and interesting part of this lesson, that is tiling or tessellating. Children, first let us know what is tiling and what is tessellating. A tessellation of a flat surface is nothing but tiling of a plane using one or more geometric shapes. These geometric shapes, which tile together without overlapping and without having any gaps, are called as tiles. So some examples I have shown here. I have used rectangular tiles. If you keep on like arranging the rectangular tiles here in this pattern, you can make a, or you can tile a plane surface. Here I have used triangular tiles. You can see in B, each tile here is a triangular tile. So if you arrange the triangular tiles in this pattern, you can still tile a floor. In C, picture C, I have used hexagons to keep adjacent to each other without leaving any gap or without overlapping, still tiling the floor. Okay. Children, there are two types of tiling. One is called regular tiling and another one is called semi-regular tiling. So let us know more about what is regular tiling and what is semi-regular tiling. If tiling is done without overlapping or without gaps using tiles of a single shape, here in these three you can see tiles of single shape are used. All the tiles here used are rectangles, and each rectangle is having same area as that of other rectangle. In picture B, you can see the tiles are triangles. Each tile is a triangle. There is no gap and there is no overlapping, and only same type of triangles are used. In picture C, you can see hexagons are used, same sized hexagons without any gaps, without overlapping. Okay, you can arrange them to tile. So if you are using a single shape of tile, then it becomes regular tiling. Then what is semi-regular tiling? If tiling is done without overlapping or without gaps, but using tiles of more than one shapes, then they are called as semi-regular tiling. So in general, when we are tessellating or tiling, we generally use single type of tile. If like you are using more than one type of tile, then they are called as semi-regular tiling. Children, you might have seen on road or on many parks and grounds, or different types of flooring patterns where tiles are used, different shapes of tiles are used to decorate and make beautiful patterns. and each pattern are different. So here when they are tiling, you can see none of the tiles overlap or none of the tiles are like having any gap. But many a times we may see a regular tiling pattern, and many a times we may see a semi-regular tiling, that is two or more than two tiles or two shapes are used to make a tiling. Okay. Now generally tessellations are done using regular geometric shapes. Whenever we are tessellating, you should remember regular geometric shapes are used, like you can use a square, you can use a rhombus, or you can use a rectangle. Such regular geometric shapes are used and they are tiled together to make tessellations. A few of the tessellations can also be made using triangles or octagons. Okay, so any shape, but they should be regular. Now I have given some example to clearly show you the difference between the regular tiling and semi-regular tiling or tessellating. So in this pictures you can see all rectangles are there, only one type of rectangles used to tile. Here all the triangles are used to tile, here hexagons are used, here rhombic patterns are used, or what you call a diamond pattern is used, okay, to tile the floor. Okay, here you can see L-shaped tile, and all the tiles are of same shape. These are called as regular tessellations or regular tiling, because one single type of tile is used. Okay. Now coming to semi-regular tiling. Here you can see there is a hexagon and two triangles, another hexagon and two triangles, another hexagon and two triangles, another hexagon, two triangles, a hexagon, two triangles. Like this pattern or this tiling or this type of tessellation is made up of two types of tiles or two types of shapes. One is hexagon, another is triangle. Here you can see a hexagon, a square, a triangle. A hexagon, a square, a triangle. Okay, a square, a hexagon, a triangle. So here in this pattern, three shapes are used: square, hexagon and triangle. Here again you can see an octagon and a square, an octagon and a square, an octagon and a square. So this tiling or this tessellation is made up of two types of shapes, octagon and a square. Here again you can see a square, a triangle, a square, a triangle, a triangle, a triangle, a square, a triangle. So squares and triangles are used to make this type of tessellation. Here you can see it is a circle and a not actually triangle but a kind of curved triangle here. A circle and a kind of curved triangle. A circle and kind of curved triangle. Here you can see square, triangle, square, triangle, square, triangle, square, triangle. So in each case here, more than one types of tiles are used to tessellate the plane, so they make semi-regular tiling pattern. Now let us see or look into some activities of making tiles or regular tessellations. So here first what I am doing is you can see here I have taken a rectangular sheet of paper, and then here uh, I have drawn two blue lines. and the shapes 1 and 2 are cut along the blue lines using a pair of scissors. Okay, then you paste these parts, cut parts here. 1 is cut and placed here, 2 is cut and placed here. So when you do that, you get this kind of shape. Now on a plain sheet of paper, you trace as many shapes of B, picture B, you can, okay, cut them and you can arrange or pile them to make this beautiful kind of tiling. So I think with this activity, children, you are very clear how to tile. Let us move on to one more activity. Here I have used a square sheet of paper. Okay, I have folded it half along the red line. Now draw a blue line here. Mark this as 1. Cut along the blue line and take this shape and just place it here. So you can get a rhombic pattern, a rhombus shaped pattern, and a beautiful rhombic tessellation can be formed as shown in figure C. Is it? Now moving on to one more type of tessellation or tiling, regular tiling. I have used a rectangular sheet of paper. You can see a yellow rectangle I have used. Folded it into half, the red line showing the half mark. I'll mark one part as X. I'll not disturb this part. The remaining half rectangle, in the remaining half rectangle, I am drawing a blue line. I'll cut along this blue line. The shape 1 is removed and I'll also cut along the red line and shape 2 is also taken out. I'll just push this shape to a little bit upwards to make this pattern, and I'll twist this one and bring it here and keep it here. So the shape formed here is shape of a arrow. Now using this arrow, see, a tessellation of this pattern, a beautiful tessellation of this pattern or beautiful tiling of this pattern can be formed. So likewise, children, you also try making various tiles using rectangles, squares or any shape, and then you can make beautiful tiling patterns. That's all. Thank you, children.